Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for the Invincible Iron Man issue 19, 2022. That is a gnarly looking cover there with Iron Man and War Machine duking it out. Now, we get a little bit of this, but we don't have them full on brawling each other. It's more just hashing out what's been going on since they've both been kind of apart. So, we pop up. Once upon a time, at the bar with no name. Where are the heroes? These bum and orcists are running wild and the sky is literally falling. Jonah Jameson. The heroes can never get crap done, and it's not like we ever get a shot. Am I right, Rhino? Exactly, Turk. Some of my best buddies are evil mutants. I'd love to crack some heads for them. Which is interesting to learn from Rhino. I'd be like, oh, interesting. Alright, listen up. You all know who I am. None of you are in trouble. Well, nothing I'm interested in. I'm going to war, and I'm here looking for soldiers. Why should we trust you? As I also kind of really like how this paneling works out, as we go boop, 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 and then we get the big room. As we see Jim walking in there with the War Machine armor. I know you don't have much reason to, but Jameson's right. The sky is falling. If Orcus wins after the mutants are taken care of, you can be damn sure they're coming after guys like us. Most of us are cash and carry for ass bashing War Machine, and we know your buddy Tony Stark is flat broke. That's true, but Stark and I have a weapons cache that we never intended to let anyone use, except for a rainy day. Which, I'm like, this is an interesting way to use that. If I get to put my foot up Orcus' ass, that'd be a good day. I've also got two regulars to vouch for me. Believe you know, Sandman and the Living Laser, it's a legit offer. I'm vouching too. As we see them standing there, it's like, ooh, let's see how this works out. Nobody's got to twist my horn. All right, woo! Let's fucking go. We see like all the villains in there, like whooping and getting ready. Well, we got our the freshen up protocol in this older armor hasn't been updated since I last wore it. Back when Arsenio was the king of late night. As we see, he's got that old. It's like that's an interesting. I didn't expect that kind of popping up, and I really fucking love the shot of War Machine's armor there. It's vintage ass, old school, good shit. As we see all the rest of the people from the bar with no name with a lot of fucking weaponry there. It's like, holy shit. So, the weapons I spent the Stark fortune on to keep off the streets were distributed by Rhodey to the very criminals I was hiding them from. And that was the right idea. I like that. It's like, okay, we were trying to not do this, but hey, this is the right idea. As my father Howard used to say, better the devils you know. Kind of, yeah. So then we see them going after Stark Sentinels. It's like, alright, get it. There were still Sentinels packing my stolen Iron Man technology at that point in the war. Again, very kind of cool different paneling. I love when it's played with like this. You know, it may not have Wi-Fi, but I've missed this armor. I totally get that, Rhodey. Can't beat some classic ones. Hey, War Machine, where's your pal Iron Man? We just doing his dirty work? Well, knowing Tony, I'm sure he's fighting Orcus, but probably doing it from a luxury beach somewhere. It's like, okay. I kind of get Rhodey kind of doing that, but Rhodey's known him for years. Sometimes he has to have up that kind of appearance. At that moment, I was fighting Orcus on the Best Coast. The artificial intelligence behind Orcus was currently in charge, and MODOK had turned all the human soldiers in the organization into big punching tumors. It's like, and we see them, and this is some fucking gnarly ass shit here. It's like, they kind of go nutty. It's like, fuck. And they're going after these two women who are pretty much like doing vlogging or whatnot. I'm like, oh, I understand. I'm assuming that guy didn't sign our photo release? You two run. Thanks, Iron Man. We just need to grab our gear. What? What, are you two crazy? Tony, I'm glad you're back on comms. The Avengers were worried when you went dark. Are you alright? Yes. I was in a Mysterium cell hole vision. Buddy, I'm going to need you to hold on. As the thing's pretty much going after them. It's like, oh, fucking shit. Let go. Help. You know, while I'm saving you, can I tell you about a book I have coming out next month that your followers would enjoy? As he does a cracking ass punch on the tumor dude. But then he utilizes their selfies, like their cell phone camera holder to like smack the shit out of it. That was our only phone, man. You suck. Tony, the AI is attacking San on a free nuclear station just south of you. You're the closest Avenger. Gotta go, you two. Nice team up. You made me realize how much I missed the West Coast. I'm on the move, Vision. It's like, interesting. As we pretty much get some more going on there later. The plant is decommissioned, but is still storing spent nuclear material on site. Understood. As we see the Sentinels going after, it's like, what the fuck? And then we get this really cool shot of him like letting loose on him and blasting one out. My Iron Man tech had been perverted by Fei Long and Orcus, so I did what I always do, built bigger and stronger. But I never got a chance to test the Mark 72 properly before taking it into battle, as we pretty much see him winding up for punch, and I kind of really like that kind of glowing thing for the punch. And then we get this really cool page here. I'm pretty happy with the results from the field, as he takes off a Stark Sentinel head with one punch. It's like, and I love how it's a crack-a-doom, yeah. Nice. And then I love how he like brushes his shoulder off. It's like, okay, Tony, yes. Mysterium baked into the Mark 72 made it one of the most powerful armors I'd ever created. It was after San Onofre that the alarms on my secret weapons cache had gone off. Put the video feed on hollow, as we see fucking Rhino popping out. Damn it, full power to jets. I visit my quiet, happy place for a moment. And I kind of like that up there's his happy place. And then I head down to New York. And that's kind of cool to be able to like blast up and blast down. And then we continue it. I love seeing that kind of shit. That's just really cool looking there with the armor. I was coming in hot. I didn't know at that point that Rhodey had handed out all the weapons. There was Stiltman with ray guns, typical, and a really salty waitress controlling a spider slayer bot. Get some, you disgusting fucking freaks. That's me, but I love, it's like, she does not give a fucking shit. I kind of like that she's like, I'm gonna kick some ass. It's like, alright. I think I saw Hawkeye's old Sky Cycle, and of course my old friend Jim in an antique War Machine armor. There's a lot of crazy ass cool shit that I'm not even versed to, but I kind of like that it's popped up. It's like, yeah. Hey buddy, as he comes down and splats one of the like tumor people things. Let's talk. Rhodey, did you give away the weapons cache? You're damn right I did. Oh wow, the freshen up protocol in the old armor. We're not talking about my haircut. If our situation were reversed, you'd have a perm. I'm just glad you're out of that prison. And somebody shot at Tony's armor. Rhino, I can fly! It's really kind of crazy. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting. Okay, yeah, of course. I'm sorry. You should be sorry. You roped me into this, and I was the one who did time. Now, where do you want it? Oh, come on. It's not like I was on vacation, as he points down. Oh, we see a Daily Bugle. Love sparks for the Starks. It was less fun than it looked. A little. It's like, yeah. But I know Rhodey would understand it. It's like, not in the face, Jim. And then he gets the punch. I'm like, now granted, the punch I think is at least warranted, but I think they're building up a little bit too much. Like Tony was having too much fun. He was like, no, he was orchestrating the thing for Orcus, and he had to make it look good. Ow, damn it. Okay, we even now, as we see Tony pretty much got a bruise. And I like Rhodey, not by a long shot. When you're in prison, you get a lot of time to think. I'm changing my life and going west. I'm going to form a new kind of team for a new world. It's like, okay, Rhodey. As we then see this kind of real... I actually like this shot a lot. Like, living laser next to the car, Sandman with the car, and then we see Tony in his awesome new armor and Rhodey in his older armor. It just really works for me. We did end up going out west and forming the most unique team I've been a part of. How's that for a polite euphemism on it? I kind of want to see how this team works out. We're going to recruit some fellas like them. We're going to fix them right once, and then we don't have to fight them anymore. It's like, that's a really good idea, Rhodey. Fucking awesome. I like this. I'm sorry, are you pitching me the work release Avengers? That's not what we ended up calling it, but Jim was right, and that team would save the world right out of the gate. It's like, cool, Tony. Good for saying that Rhodey was right, and awesome to look forward to seeing how that team's going to save the world. As we then see a tire pretty much hit Tony. Ow! Think about it. It's genius. It's a genius idea for a new kind of Avengers. Yeah. Jim had snuck out of prison and given away the most powerful weapons I'd bought and scrolled away. It was hard to be upset, and he was right, of course. A new way to save the world. Alright, let's give it a try. And then we see Rhino fucking crashing down. I love that kind of bro thing going on there. That's a really good one. Them in their armor. It's just really cool. We spent the next couple of hours mopping up the last of Orcus with some of the most colorful black hats. And you know what? It was fun. It's like, ooh, cool, Tony. When the day was over, we collected the toys, and the crooks went back to their bar. I'm glad that worked out like that. It's like, okay, cool. Jim got to go home for the first time in months, and me, I had to start thinking about rebuilding my life. So that's kind of worked out, and then we get kind of here, and we get some resolution on some other kind of things. While the shooting war with Orcus turned cold, there were still plenty of loose ends to tie up. Like the fact that I was fake married and starting to get more and more attached to it every day. Couldn't leave the marked nail behind. I get sentimentally attached to my armors, and we see him taking us out. Hey, it's a useful armor. How unhealthy for you. You don't have anything inside the Hellfire Club you want to grab before the Wrecking Ball swings? I was the Wrecking Ball of that horrid place once. Now I just cheer them on. Anthony, all the high-value targets of the top, at the top of Orcus have been liquidated or captured. Magneto said he left Fei Long to you. Was he killed or captured? Fei Long is, and we see that after Fei Long was right up. We don't even really see any dialogue or anything. We see Fei Long screaming. He buries him alive. It's like, god damn. But we don't know exactly what kind of goes on. We don't know if he's like buried alive, scrolled away somewhere. We just see it from Fei Long's point of view as he's locked in there. And Tony looks really fucking ominous there. It's like, whoa. So we'll have to see what kind of works out with that. Fei Long is someone you'll never see again. I'm not sure I did the right thing, Emma. Good to question that. War is hell. He picked the wrong side. C'est la vie. You gave him more opportunities to avoid this fate than I would have, darling. She is not wrong there. I'm hungry. Where should we eat? You're the one with the money, so you're buying. And I kind of love that she's got a kind of smile at that. Because you wouldn't really think that they had that kind of thing. But it kind of works. I never would have paired them together, but with how this series has been going, I'm like, it fits. If you put down the story now and don't finish it, then we lived happily ever after and my marriage was a happy one. But if you want to know the truth, well, you have one more chapter to go. Do. Let's see here. White Queen takes Black King. The war with Orcus is over. What does the future hold for Tony and Emma Frost? I actually kind of like that the cover is just that. So, I actually really enjoyed this. I'm glad that it wasn't just stupidly Tony and Rhodey fighting for no fucking reason, just to be like, hey, friend fighting friend. You need to have an organic reason for that. I actually like that for the war with Orcus, we saw that some villains at the bar with no name were like, hey, we have friends that are mutants. We actually want to help them. And then Rhodey pops up and like, you know what? We need help. I got weapons. Let's go and do this. And they actually work it out. And then Tony bringing up the whole thing on the Best Coast, having that kind of mood to going back to the West Coast with him, Rhodey, Living Laser, and Sandman to do a kind of Avengers team similar to the Thunderbolts, but as more of like a rehabilitation program to make it so that way they don't have to fight villains anymore. Like, we get a villain, we get him here, we give them a better opportunity and make sure that we don't have to fight them anymore. That's cool. I like Rhodey's idea like that. I want to see how it's executed, and Tony backing him up and getting ready to do that kind of stuff was really kind of cool. And I like that this situation occurred, that Rhodey's like, I need to give these people some weapons to stop these Stark Sentinels and everything. And then they did, and they were able to collect the toys again. Granted, other ones would have been like, yeah, Tony and Rhodey have to like fight these motherfuckers to get the toys back, but I kind of like that they're like, no, they honored them. We helped our friends out, and they let us go on our way. It's like, okay, I kind of want to see how that works out. Now, granted, I understand the Thunderbolts are along the lines of a similar kind of concept, but if this is mainly a kind of Avengers team that Tony and the rest are like building up as a spiritual kind of successor to the West Coast Avengers, like we've got the main Avengers team, we'd probably still have a West Coast Avengers team, but one that deals with reforming villains. I kind of like that concept. We'll see how that kind of works and shakes out. And then I like seeing that we're still dealing with what's going on with Tony and Emma being married. Fei Long was not forgotten, and that we still have that kind of being dealt with. We'll have to see if that is the end of him or what can kind of occur with that. So I'm just excited to see where this is going to be going next. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.